In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on December 6, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Rutgers versus Wake Forest. Prepare for a thrilling rematch as the Rutgers Scarlet Knights face off against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, reigniting a rivalry that unfolded last December. In the previous encounter, Rutgers emerged victorious with an impressive 81-57 win, but the tables have turned as they hit the road this time. Seeking redemption, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons aim to capitalize on the home court advantage at the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where a fervent crowd of over 14,000 spectators is expected to witness the intense clash. The question looms large. Will Rutgers secure another triumph, or will Winston-Salem become the catalyst for Wake Forest's resurgence? The Scarlet Knights embarked on a roller coaster journey this season, stumbling in their opener against Princeton with a 68-61 defeat, but rebounding with a resounding 5-game winning streak against formidable opponents such as Boston U, Bryant, Georgetown, Howard, and St. Peter's. However, in their recent victory over St. Peter's, Rutgers faced challenges, shooting at a modest 38.2% from the field and grappling with a 51-38 rebounding deficit. Their momentum was halted in a face-off against a formidable Illinois team, resulting in a 76-58 loss. Despite staying competitive in the first half, Rutgers struggled to find their offensive rhythm, with no player reaching double figures. On the Deacons side, the season kicked off with a mixed bag of results, including losses to Georgia, Utah, and LSU, interspersed with wins against Elon and Towson. The team found its stride in Game 6, securing a 71-56 comeback victory over Charleston Southern with a notable 32-30 rebounding edge. The Demon Deacons continued their upward trajectory in a challenging matchup against Florida, overcoming a halftime deficit with a stellar second-half performance, clinching an 82-71 victory. Hunter Sallies emerged as the top scorer with 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. As these two teams prepare to face each other for the third time, the series is currently tied at 1 win apiece. Last season, Rutgers dominated the matchup with an 81-57 victory at home. However, the offensive prowess displayed by this season's Scarlet Knights falls short of their previous standards, averaging under 70 points and barely surpassing a 40% shooting accuracy. In contrast, Wake Forest boasts a dynamic offense with 4 players averaging 16 points or more, showcasing their scoring depth, a luxury that Rutgers seems to lack. The upcoming game presents a significant challenge for Rutgers, with their recent defensive struggles against Illinois raising concerns about their ability to contain Wake Forest's potent offense. Unless Rutgers can significantly enhance their defensive performance and become the first team to limit Wake Forest to under 70 points, the odds favor the Demon Deacons securing a comfortable victory. Considering the offensive firepower exhibited by Wake Forest in their recent game, it's anticipated that they will continue to shine in the upcoming matchup. Rutgers, on the other hand, is poised to encounter difficulties on the offensive end, struggling to find consistent scoring options. The road setting further limits Rutgers' ability to impose their style of play, while Wake Forest's proficiency in both shooting and home defense positions them as formidable contenders. Our full game side pick leans towards the Wake Forest Demon Deacons winning and covering the spread as favorites. Delving into the scoring dynamics, last season witnessed a combined total of 144 points in their matchups, with Wake Forest contributing only 57. The Scarlet Knights have consistently trended towards the under this season, with a 6-1 record in their games. Despite a recent scoring dip, Rutgers has shown the capability to reach the upper 60s, particularly in games against Howard, where they reached a high watermark of 85 points. Considering Wake Forest's more lenient defense, it is reasonable to expect Rutgers to at least approach the upper 60s in scoring. However, the bulk of the scoring burden is expected to be shouldered by the Deacons, given their lineup of big-time scorers. While the Knights' defense may offer some resistance, the offensive firepower of Wake Forest is anticipated to propel them into the mid-70s, making taking the over our full game total pick. As the stage is set for this compelling rematch, basketball enthusiasts can anticipate a game replete with intensity, strategy, and the determination of two teams vying for supremacy on the court. Texas versus Marquette. The impending clash between the Marquette Golden Eagles and the Texas Longhorns promises a riveting showdown, set against the backdrop of the Big East Big 12 showdown. Fresh off a setback against Wisconsin, Marquette aims to regroup on their home turf, while the Longhorns, victorious in their recent outing against Texas State, are riding high with a 6-1 record this season. Texas showcased their prowess in their last game, dispatching Texas State 77-58 with a commanding 36-26 lead at halftime. Their offensive efficiency, shooting at 44.4% from the field, coupled with a substantial +11 rebounding margin, underscores their dominance. While their lone defeat came at the hands of UConn, Texas has been a force to be reckoned with, averaging 81 points per game, 37.7 rebounds per game, and 17.1 assists per game. Notably, Maximas has been a standout performer, contributing 17 points, 4 assists, and 2.9 rebounds per game. Marquette, at 6-2 this season, is grappling with the aftermath of a 75-64 loss to Wisconsin. Despite setbacks, they've notched impressive victories against Kansas, Illinois, and UCLA. Cam Jones, averaging 16 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game, has been a consistent contributor. However, Marquette faces challenges, shooting 41.8% from the field and allowing an average of 67 points against per game. The upcoming face-off raises questions about Marquette's ability to rebound from recent losses, especially against a formidable Texas team. The Longhorns' 6-1 record in the Big 12, where several teams remain unbeaten, adds an extra layer of intensity to the matchup. Analyzing the playing styles, both teams exhibit a slower tempo, but Texas boasts superior shooting percentages, over 50% overall and nearly 37% from beyond the arc. Marquette's struggle beyond the three-point line, shooting just 31%, could prove detrimental. Texas, with a 19th national ranking in field goal percentage, excels at the basket with a 70.8% rim field goal percentage. Marquette's interior defense, allowing a 64.6% opponent rim field goal percentage, might be a vulnerability Texas exploits. Furthermore, Texas's prowess on the glass, coupled with their effective defense against both the interior and three-point shots, presents a challenge for Marquette. The Golden Eagles' offense heavily relies on clean looks from deep and establishing dominance in the key. If Texas disrupts these elements, Marquette may find it challenging to gain a substantial lead. In terms of metrics, Texas holds a slight edge over Marquette, especially with their superior shooting percentage and a more favorable track record this season. The Longhorns, motivated by a desire to improve their strength of schedule ranking, are expected to keep the game closer than the 8.5-point spread. Former Texas head coach Shaka Smart's return adds an intriguing subplot to the narrative, but it's predicted that Texas won't cover the spread. Despite the challenging environment, Texas is anticipated to keep the game within 4 possessions, making the Longhorns our side pick to cover the spread as underdogs. Delving into the offensive dynamics, both teams exhibit prowess in the painted area, with Texas showcasing versatility by hitting long-range shots. Marquette's defensive struggles against outside shooters, coupled with their proficiency in forcing steals, might lead to a high-tempo game with quick transition buckets. Given the offensive firepower of both teams and their tempo, the prediction leans towards the total going over. Thus, over the projected total stands is our full game total pick. South Carolina versus Clemson. The highly anticipated clash between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers is set to unfold on Wednesday evening, showcasing two undefeated teams with impressive records. The Gamecocks, boasting a pristine 7-0 record and a commendable 6-1 against the spread performance, are prepared to face off against the equally undefeated Clemson Tigers, who hold a 7-0 record, with a 4-3 shillings record to accompany their journey thus far. This interconference battle promises an exhilarating matchup, as both teams have demonstrated their prowess in recent victories. South Carolina's recent triumph over George Washington showcased their dominance with an 89-point offensive explosion. Darren Buchanan Jr. played a pivotal role, contributing 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Gamecocks have consistently displayed offensive firepower, averaging 77 points per game, while maintaining a solid defense that limits opponents to 64 points per game. Despite their impressive run, South Carolina's defensive unit, currently ranked 46th, faces a stern test against Clemson. Clemson, on the other hand, has been making waves this season, securing notable victories against powerhouse teams such as Alabama and Pitt in their last 2 games. P.J. Hall's stellar performance, registering 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists against Alabama, highlights Clemson's offensive strength. With an average of 80 points per game and a solid defense allowing 69 points, Clemson stands as the only undefeated team in the Atlantic Coast Conference, leading the conference ahead of Virginia and Miami. While Clemson's achievements warrant more recognition, the spotlight also deserves to shine on South Carolina, whose undefeated streak includes victories against Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. The Gamecocks' offensive capabilities are comparable to Clemson's, boasting an offensive efficiency of 113 points per 100 possessions. Their three-point shooting prowess, at 40.2%, poses a challenge for Clemson, especially considering the Tigers' 234th ranking in three-point defense. The South Carolina Gamecocks are positioned to cover the spread as underdogs, given their impressive offensive performance and defensive prowess in recent games. South Carolina's ability to limit opponents to just 53 and 67 points in their last 2 outings emphasizes their defensive strength, which may prove crucial in this matchup. South Carolina's consistent offensive output, coupled with Clemson's proficiency in generating points, suggests an exciting and fast-paced game. This clash promises to be a thrilling spectacle, showcasing the offensive prowess of 2 formidable teams in the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers. As the teams prepare to face off, expect a high-scoring affair with both sides capable of reaching the 85 or 90-point mark. Considering the offensive strengths and potential defensive vulnerabilities of both teams, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.